Did it rain out again? Well, good morning, guys. It's about 7 in the morning here, and we got a couple of projects that I want to get done. I got to get chores done. And then, like I said in our last vlog, Chris, Amelia, and I, we're going to be heading over to the 4-H kind of animal meetup. It's the same meetup that me and Amelia did a couple of months ago. I think it was about 2 months ago. But this time, they're going to be doing things a little bit different. I know that this time there's supposed to be more vendors, so really excited about that. So we're going to try to get everything done. That's at 10 in the morning. Wanted to get a little bit of an earlier start so that way we could eat, have everything done, and get over there without worrying about kind of being in a kind of a little bit of a time constraint. Otherwise, those guys are still sleeping, so I'm going to hurry up and get this done. But we had a light that isn't really working real well in our screen room, so I went to Home Depot yesterday, purchased a new light, kind of a light bulb. Kind of excited to try this thing out. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen this before, but I almost walked to the wrong vehicle. It's these Beyond lights, Beyond bulbs, I mean, and it's supposed to be like 10 times more bright than the current regular bulb that we have in there, but it does only use 40 watts, so I'm going to hurry up and get that installed. So yeah, with it turning fall and winter just around the corner, I had been eyeballing these lights now for a while because, well, I know we're going to be doing a lot more work both inside our barn and inside the house, and here inside our screen room we have a relatively large space. This is about, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, probably 20 feet long by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 feet, at least 12 feet deep. And we have this one light fixture for the entire space, and it is only designed for a single 40-watt light bulb. And that drives me crazy because if we're out here working, it's just dark. In fact, the kids frequently forget to shut the light off, and I do too because it's so dim. If I turn it on when I'm getting ready in the morning, it's to the point that by the time it's starting to get a little bit light out, you can barely tell the bulb's on. So I got this. Now, I know it's not going to fit back on with the light fixture, but I was really hoping that with the design of it, that it wouldn't be too hideous looking, but I do like it's metal. I was kind of surprised by that, but here it goes. Let's see if I can't get this to fit in. Oh, come on. Oh. And the way this thing works is you can direct these panels to shine light everywhere. So let's see if it worked. I gotta flick the switch on. Woo! Oh yeah. Now you guys can't tell, but that is significantly brighter. I don't want to say it's 10 times brighter, but it's at least probably 3 to 5 times brighter than what it was before. I think this will work out perfectly. Now, I wanted to purchase those bulbs for out in our barn. I think we have 6 lights total out there, or light fixtures, and the only issue is those bulbs are a little over $30 a piece. So I wanted just to get one to see how it worked first, and then we could go from there. But I'm out here now with the meat birds. They are going to need feed, and I'm going to have to clean out their water. Still, like I've said before, they are so messy. It's just kind of ridiculous at this point how messy they're being, but we'll get them fed. And I'm walking out behind to check on our egg layers. Still no eggs. We're officially about a week and a half kind of past their expected date for laying, so that's kind of disappointing. In fact, we had to buy some eggs. Yesterday we went to the store, so I wasn't too happy about that. I was hoping by this time we would kind of be self-sufficient in that area, but otherwise they're doing great. We still haven't lost any, but we did have an issue with our door. got broke, so I got a new latch for that. Get this on the way. And we are gonna get, so we do have to get that fixed, but I'm gonna get in here now. I know the egg layers, they're gonna need feed. I've only been putting a little bit in every day, or Chris has been helping out with that just because we still don't have any. Really, I'm really low, so I'm gonna get those filled up, or not filled, but enough for today. I don't want them overeating. I know I have to feed the rabbits. And then today when we go to Family Farm and Home for the 4-H program, I gotta get a new feeder for Oreo, and I think another water bottle for him too. So other than that, I'm gonna get back to work and I'll check in just a second. No, it's so funny to see how little feed the rabbits actually eat. I took probably a 2-cup measuring cup worth, and I actually only gave Oreo 1 cup worth, just because he's got a bowl in there, and he keeps knocking it off, and we can't hang it up, so he keeps knocking off the ledge in there, and then he's spilling all the food. So I'm only giving him a little bit at a time, but we'll get him a new one today. As long as they have it in stock, and we'll be good there. Other than that, we bought I think a 25-pound bag, and it's been like 3 months, and we're still going through it. Now we are giving them some table scraps, not a whole lot, not like in comparison to our chickens, but they produce so much poop on such little amount of food that it is well worth it if you are into gardening, and especially for us, like we have kids that will take care of them. If you're in that same boat, I highly, highly, highly recommend these guys. I mean, they're producing probably 20 pounds of poop a week at least. That's great manure for the garden. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get some treats, and then go over and give them the egg layers. I'll take you guys along with me. Out of scratch, except for a little bit that I poured in the bottom of our canister yesterday. So we're on to kind of some cracked corn right now. It's mixed in with some whole corn, but I'll throw them in. We'll give them a little extra today. That by far is not how much I normally give them. Alright, let's get over to the meat birds. Now, I'm not quite sure if it's just me. Maybe you guys have noticed this before, and maybe you've never had to experience, but we had to purchase, well, we've been purchasing meat bird feed and chick feed, and really the protein difference isn't a whole lot of a gap. For example, the chick feed that we've been purchasing is like an 18% protein, whereas this meat bird feed is like a 24-25% protein. And just a sec. Sorry. And you know that we want to feed the higher protein to our meat birds. However, because I've been running into issues finding the chick feed, it's gotten to the point where the last like 2 weeks we've had to give a little bit of the meat bird feed to our egg layers, and I swear it's like candy to them because they go crazy. And my wife actually commented about how she's been going out every day feeding them, and I've been feeding them in the morning most mornings before I leave. And like I said, I'm only giving them a very small amount in the morning, enough that I guess let me rephrase that, not a small amount. I'm giving them their daily ration, and kind of going from there. They need to kind of cut it back right now. Well, it's so hard to find feed, and I don't know. She's been feeding them, and then I've been feeding them. So they're getting, or they were until we talked about it, like 2 daily rations of food, and they go crazy over it. And since we've been feeding it to them, they're getting very aggressive when we go into the run area, or if you get really close to it. Like Atlas likes to take in treats, and they just are picking at her. They're kind of being mean. So I don't know if that's anything you guys have ever noticed, or anything that you guys have ever had to do. I told her, I don't know if they put like a sweetener or something into the meat bird feed to encourage them to eat more. They're not really any bigger than what they were before, but they are pooping a whole lot more. So hopefully, like I said, there was some change in the appearance of the meat bird feed that we got. Hopefully it's not anything negative, but I'm not seeing much growth. Our meat birds, they're still pretty small, I think. Again, they're not specifically bred for meat. They're kind of a dual purpose, so I figured it's going to take them a little bit longer, but enough of that said. I got to get this done so we can get ready to go. We'll have to apologize because I don't know why, but I completely forgot to film filling up their waters for some reason. So our egg layers, they were all good. They didn't need any water. I kind of filled theirs up late last night, so I'll check that again once we get back from Family Farm and Home today. Our meat birds, I did get them filled up. The rabbits needed water, so they are all set. Sorry, but talking about water, we got a pretty significant amount of rain again last night, and I don't know. I know in yesterday's vlog I told you guys that there was a chance of rain at like 6 p.m. We were outside. It was around like 5, and it started raining out pretty heavy. And we moved over to the barn, and then it kind of stopped, and that was it. It was supposed to be one cloud that went over. And then probably around 9 or 9:30 last night, it started raining out. Not anything too huge, but it sprinkled out all night long. And then we woke up this morning, and it had rained out. And I know it's hard for you guys to see, but it was like a torrential downpour. And last year it rained out so much. Well, sorry, it was this year, but it was last spring. It rained out so much that this whole area was under, I want to say, like almost 3 feet of water. It was a lot. So hopefully that's not going to be the case this coming spring, or even later, kind of this fall. I don't know. Fingers crossed. It does make me a little bit worried because we are planning on still getting turkeys in the spring and possibly some ducks, and I wanted to do the mobile tractor kind of design. But with as much rain and just crappy weather that we've had, it does worry me a little bit, especially with the turkeys. I know that they're very hard to keep alive, especially when they're young. So I don't know. Fingers crossed we're not going to run into any issues with that. But like I've said in previous videos, the season started off very, very cold, very, very wet. We were like 20 to 30 degrees below our averages kind of in the spring. And then over the course of like 2 or 3 days, the temperature just kind of spiked up to like mid 90s. With the heat index, we were pushing like into the hundreds, kind of low hundreds, and it was like that for a good three months of summer. And there was just no letting up. We were out here every day watering in the morning and in the evening, just trying to keep things alive. And then, like I said, it's just become very wet, very cool. It's 62 degrees. I just checked our thermometer. It's 62 degrees. The temperature is going down, which for this early in the morning, that's kind of a surprise, especially when it's kind of hard to see, but right there's our weather system, and it's in the sun now, so you'd think the temperature would be going up, but humidity is 99%, and it also says that's going up, so I know it's going to be a very humid day. It is supposed to get up to like 70, but yesterday it was only supposed to get up to like 65, and we ended up with temperatures kind of like in the mid 70s. So fingers crossed it stays where it's supposed to be, because if we're going to be outside today at the 4-H program, I want to make sure that we're dressing appropriately and we don't have to worry about getting kind of overly hot or cold. But anyways, chores are all done out here. Meat birds, they are all set. They have food and water. Our egg layers, all set, food and water. And you guys, I think, did see me fill up the food and water for the rabbits. So we're gonna head inside. I'm gonna get breakfast done, and then I'm gonna go wake up the girls so we can start getting ready to go. Get that on. Get this one on. Get those guys out of the way. Got our potatoes now. We're gonna get those cut up in just a second. Grab me a knife. I've had a couple of people ask if we prefer using the cast iron or the traditional pans, and I have to admit, well, first off, I'm whispering because everyone's still sleeping, but I do have to admit that I love the cast iron. I just can't find it in all the sizes that we need, so hopefully, I've been really keeping an eye out. Hopefully, I can find some more. But we ordered a new fridge that comes in like another week or so, which is frustrating why it takes so long to get a fridge, but it was kind of the same issue with our stove. But when that arrives, where our refrigerator is now, it's not going to fit, because I ordered, I think it's the largest one they make without going commercial, having a family size of 6 and growing a lot of your own food, you need the space. But we're actually going to move the refrigerator out from its current spot. We're going to put the new one over on the other side of the kitchen, and then at that point, Chris talked about putting another shelf in there. I suggested a bar cart so we could pull stuff out, like our mixer and stuff, but I'd really like to put up some reclaimed barn wood on the back and then make a spot where we can hang up our pans. That's kind of my goal. We'll see how it works out, but those are heating up. Gonna get these guys rinsed off. We'll get them cut up. Alright, he's good. They're good. You gotta add lots of olive oil. Anything you're cooking, especially breakfast-wise. I love it. Cannot get enough of it. Get these guys cut up. Now, you will see a lot of recipes online that talk about, that'll talk about different tips and tricks on cooking breakfast potatoes, hash browns, whatever you want to call them. But the best way of all, or kind of the most important way, isn't to boil them for a minute or to cook them on super high heat. You want to start off with a good amount of heat in the pan, but then cook them slow. Make sure that they're covered so you're trapping the heat in. You need to cook the potato and brown the potato. I always keep it covered once I get all the potatoes cut until, probably the last maybe 5 minutes. And then I turn it up to high heat and I'm moving them pretty consistently. And at that point I'm just browning them up. So again, you want a high heat to kind of sear them so they're not sitting in the oil. But you want to make sure that they're not staying at the consistently high heat. Otherwise, you're just going to burn the crap out of them. And you can trust me because I cook these almost every single morning now for like the last 3 or 4 years. We've gotten away from having as many big breakfasts at this house just because we have so many more chores to get done outside. And we've just been so busy lately. But I know everyone has been. Plus, it's been hard to find bacon. Can't have a big breakfast without bacon. So these guys are all set. Get them added. Get you guys back up so you can see. They are going. That cover. Turn that down to low. So now we're just gonna wait, and I'll check in just a minute. Alright. Gotta love that sound. Yeah, Les, what are you doing? Huh? You wanna go outside? Oh, no, don't mess with the laundry. That's all folded. We just gotta put that away. You gonna smile? You're gonna meow? But are you gonna smile? Yeah? Is there something?
I love their attitude. How old are they?
Alright guys, so at Family Farm at Home, these are all the varieties of feed. We have egg layer, egg layer, egg layer, egg layer, and nothing for chick feed. Every single freaking time. And I'm really getting tired of it, so I don't know, tons of treats, but like I said, that's what we're running low on. Alright guys, well just a moment ago we finished up the 4-H meet and greet over at Family Farm at Home, and I have to say we were super excited. A lot of fun. The turnout this time around was quite a bit bigger than last time, and a lot more animals while there was fewer crafts, which is really the reason why we're going. Chris did find a rabbit that she liked, but we did hold off on it. We ran into Family Farm at Home when we were done, and we were able to get some rabbit feed and a couple of things that we needed for the chicken coop. She got a sign as well. But still no chick feed. Super frustrating because we are down to the bare minimum at the house. And I called over to TSC because Chris ran into another store. I called over there, and unfortunately still they have nothing. And it's just super frustrating because I don't know what they expect people to do. I'm not quite understanding the shortage. But anyways, they told me to call back on Tuesday. That's when their truck comes in. So fingers crossed that'll work out. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for today. We have no other projects. Chores are pretty much done for the day. So we're going to head home. And other than that, I'm going to be working on some stuff for work. And that's it. So, I want to encourage you guys to keep homesteading, stay safe, and until next time, we'll see you guys then.